So today we're going to talk about Yoru, because Yoru, for the longest time, as I'm sure many of you will know, has been pretty much at the bottom of pick rates, both in ranked and pro play as well. He's a difficult agent to use, and therefore, a lot of top teams and ranked players as well will just refuse to use him. But there is one team, and I do mean one team, one pro team who is trying to make it work, and that is GMT Esports, because they play quite a bit of Yoru, and because they play quite a bit of Yoru, they, I think, have the best ideas on how to use Yoru. And so let's take a look at the grand final in the Italian Challenger League here, where they are going to be using Yoru here on Haven, and they get the most out of it. So let's take a look here. And this round is going to start off pretty slow. We're going to get a smoke down here, and eventually GMT are going to come towards A. We get the Silver Dart there that gets destroyed. They actually come and destroy the camera as well. So, they're kind of waiting for potentially some presence or some pressure, right? This camera's been destroyed. They put a dart out here. Maybe they're expecting that, they might be pushed in just a second. So GMT, they're just sticking around here, and they're just kind of checking out what's going on. They even drone mid just to make sure no one's really pushed there. They put this, like you can tell we're playing a bit cautious here with this smoke as well, right? We're just like slowly, ever so slowly working our way up the map, and well, now we are eventually going to come down towards A, as you will see in just a second. So they start to walk down towards A, and now we are going to see their use of Yoru, right? So here is the gate crash just going in just there. The smoke comes out from the Omen, so you can see where this gate crash has landed just there by that box. But what they're about to do is a really, really good stuff, right? Because as they start to come in towards this site, they put up actually a second camera there as well. They are going to come into this side. The smoke goes off. They're going to send a recon dart in as well. And what they're about to do is they're going to send a jet smoke. You can just see it there, right? So they've just sent in the jet smoke, and they faked the TP, right? So the TP makes a noise, right? So this Omen obviously hears the noise of that, but when he turns around to look, it's just a jet smoke, right? So he doesn't know now if a Yoru is here or not. And that causes this Omen big problems, right? Because he can't afford to just stare at this smoke the entire time, right? He can't just sit and wait for it. He has to do something. And he's in a bit of a tricky spot, because our Killjoy is in kind of a position where we're very entrenched, and we're kind of relying on our Omen to kind of stick around with us here and fight this out with us. But this Omen can't, because he doesn't know if someone is right by him, right? And so he feels like he has to retreat, and a dart is about to land in just a second as well down here. So you see, there goes that dart as well. He sends out his flash, but now look, he's just staring at it, right? He's just staring at it, and he doesn't know. So he has to retreat. And because he has to retreat, that means that our Killjoy now is in a terrible spot, right? This Killjoy now doesn't have any help, right? This Omen is now behind this smoke. The rest of GMT are now starting to come in, and you'll see the Killjoy is going to die, and we're going to get a really clean take here from GMT as they start to come in. And even though, we're going to try and flood in from the defensive side, and we even get this defensive smoke up, it's just no good, and GMT end up taking the round. And that crucial idea of smoking off the Yoru TP was so cool. And now let's come to round number 4 for the same thing, but kind of the opposite effect. So again, we get this kind of early A control coming out from GMT. They smoke off this. They send a dart down towards short just there. And, they come and get the early control of A, as you can see. And, well, they're actually not going to go towards A. They're just going to get that control so that 2 people here from Dicery, I don't know how you say that name, but they end up with 2 players on A, and they actually come back towards C, as you will see just here. Now, they are against a save, but this is just, again, kind of showing you what the general idea here for GMT is, right? So this Omen shoots, has to retreat, out comes the drone, and they're just going for a full C hit, right? But again, here we go with the gate crash, right? So the drone's coming in. There goes that gate crash. And now take a look at this, because again, it's going to be jet smoke there. And the jet dashes into this smoke as well with the TP. So now we've got the jet and the Yoru, deep in onto the site here together, right? So again, we've made this noise, we've dashed in, and now we're going to flash, right? So now we have a flash coming out of the smoke. We can go together. We're in a pair. We can fight this. They get that first kill. Then the dart lands. What a dart as they're trying to flood back in onto the site. Beautiful stuff from GMT. They get a free kill from that as well. And it's a really, really nice site take. And so you see how using that smoke alongside the Yoru TP can be super, super impactful, right? And what that means is that we are fighting together, right? And as the rest of this round plays out, it's a 5v2. They are going to win this round. They're against a save as well. So there you go. We get that kill just there. And we finish it off 4-0 for GMT. But now let's come to the defensive side, because often that is where a Yoru is going to struggle. But you're about to see one of the cleanest retakes you will see in quite some time, because we're going to play for this retake setup here in round number 17 for GMT, as we've just got the Sova here, right, and it's going to be a pretty fast A hit just here. They have the Yoru ult as well, so you see, we're kind of just set up for this retake. We're playing pretty passive overall, and now we're just going to wait for these rotates to come in across the map as well from our Jet and Cypher. So the spike starts to go down, and it does get planted just there, but now we're going to get two crucial bits of utility here. One is this Sova drone, right, which is going to spot this Omen just there, and it's going to, you know, get a good sense of what's going on. And then we pop the Yoru ult, and this is going to be insane, because our Yoru is just going to go through the entire site, right, just pinging out where people are, telling basically everyone where they are. So we flash this breach here with that Omen flash. We come in, we see where the Sova is, we see where this Jet is as well, as the Yoru is coming down here. He's then even going to go into short. Whilst that's now going on, we're going to get the dash in here with a Cypher cage, and the Jet is going to come and attack this Sova and finds the kill on the Sova just there. Whilst that's going on, we're now getting the scaling in from this Cypher and Omen. We've got this Sova just holding for heaven. He's going to manage to kill the Omen, the enemy Omen just there in just a second. And whilst this is all going on, and our Sova gets that kill, what's happening now is that our Yoru, still in the ult, is literally just like following this Jet around, right? And just like telling them where to shoot. You can see this guy's eyes here, you know, are just kind of on the map, because our Yoru is just like, has literally just been harassing Fekyu here on Jet. And just like, so we just blindly shoot into the smoke and get a kill off that as well, right? Then these two are going to come from CT and start to scale up on this breach and find that kill. And now we're in a 5v1 and all is well. Enemy killjoy even shoots the Yoru clone as well. And we end up in a 5v1. Just absolutely insane how good this retake was, and it just goes to show, like, you know, if you know what you're doing with this Yoru ult, that was a retake where it was literally just everyone's position is known from just the Yoru. But now let's actually come to a completely different game, GMT versus Humble here on Pearl. And so this is the semi-final, and you can see they're playing a bizarre Pearl comp with the Brim, Astra. They're again playing the Yoru just here. And yeah, it's just kind of bizarre, but you'll see straight away they have the ideas. Now, this is going to be more kind of a what I'd call a Yoru idea that we've seen kind of before, these kind of things from, you know, teams like Paper Rex and whatnot. But let's take a look at it, right? So we're going to send the Yoru Gate Crash out there. We're going to get a Sova Dart that they destroy just here. And now we're going to get a couple things, right? So we're going to get an Astra Star here. This is about to be a recall star just there to create that brief bit of smoke. We're going to get a Sova Dart in this back wall as well. We're going to flash with our Yoru just there and then Gate Crash in. And our Astra here for the defensive side is going to be screwed, right? And our Sova isn't there to help either because of this Astra Star, right? So we send in this little flash just there. In comes the Dart. And so what we end up with is a revealed blind Astra with a Yoru right in your face with this recall star here, so our Sova can't see and, you know, help with this trade at all. Sova backs out and we get the first kill, right? So pretty basic idea to just come and take a main, but, you know, you see there just the execution of it straight away working really, really well. And we can be a lot more liberal with these Astra Stars because we have the Brim alongside, right? So we still have smokes, even if we are using these Astra Stars pretty readily there. So what you see here is they actually just end up leaving the Astra here in A main as the drone comes out from the defensive side, doesn't see anything. They kind of find that timing pretty well. They actually come back towards mid as our Astra comes and just sits in towards A. So we still have this nice A control, but we want to go for this little A split here. So we see that our Yoru puts down a gate crash just here, right? So this is like our get out of jail in case something goes bad, right? In case we need to get out for whatever reason. And they did that a lot, right? And I think, again, we're just seeing that we're in a 5v4, let's not get greedy. We don't need to do anything stupid here with our Yoru, right? Let's just play it a bit safe. So we send in the fake Yoru, and he eats the alarm bot, and that flash gets the info. We get a good use of the Yoru clone just there. And so now we are in like prime A split position, right? We're just in a really good spot here. We've got the control on A. We've got the control down here. you know, we got a really good split take coming in. They're about to get this kill on this killjoy, so they have the info that someone's there as well, right? So our Sova is just going to find this kill, I think just spamming through the smoke there. And now they're set up really well to come into this site just here. Yes, our Yoru does die, but now we're in such a good spot, right, that as we start to scale into the site, you know, it's very tricky. Where does this Jet go? You know, it's really, really tough. And then our KO's in a 4v1. You see, this is a really, really nice round by GMT. This is actually their bonus round as well. So this was a really big round in this game. And, you know, it really set them on the pathway to success where their attacking side just seemed unstoppable on this map. Let's finish with this round, round number 17 of this same game. And you're going to see we go for basically the same idea here early on. We send that same Yoru flash out. We've actually gone for a full brim smoke this time with the dart. So you see we kind of do exactly the same thing, you know, pretty much more or less that we did before. The drone actually comes out and clears this. We have the Yoru TP on the other side so we can fastly come towards B instead, right? So they do actually get this control back humble pretty quick, but you see, you know, using those same ideas to kind of, you know, fake a main control this time, and they start to come towards B instead. They avoid the knife there, which is kind of crucial to, you know, not being spotted too early on, and they start to come down towards B. But what I really like here is just take a look at this gate crash and what they're going to do, and this is actually going to end up being a fake gate crash, but I love the idea, right? So in comes the killjoy lockdown, and they got the gate crash out there, right, and they're just kind of waiting. And what you're about to see in just a second, though, is really cool. So we send out the fake Yoru clone, but take a look at this, right? We got these double Astra stars. I'm pretty sure that this one is actually going to be an Astra suck. I think maybe trying to suck someone back into the lockdown, which is quite a funny idea. But this second one is a recall star, right? So if someone was back here, right, what they would see is they would see this recall star here, and then the Yoru, you know, sound go off. Right, and so that is going to cause them some panic, and I really, really like this idea of using the Astra recall stars, kind of similar to how we saw the Jet as well, where they don't know what's going on here, right? And maybe you could do this with double Astra recalls as well. They are playing with the brim as well, of course, so they have that extra info. So you see, off go the 2 stars, and then goes out the fake gate crash at this point, right? And that, you know, causes them some confusion. And then you get the, you know, fake Yoru running to that spot as well, which is something we've seen from other teams like Paper Rex before. And now they start to come into the site. They actually ult down here with the Sova ult, which is quite an interesting idea from this position, which is quite cool. But now we end up in a 5v5. We're about to see a god tier Yoru flash. Take a look at this. All 3 flashed. Unfortunately, he does only get 1 there, Bippo. But we end up in a 4v4. And to be fair to Humble, they give this a good go. But you're going to see that this Sova just play insanely well here in the end, in this clutch. Super, super good stuff. They have the Brim ult, so they are going to, you know, kind of wait for that tap on the spike. There goes the tap, out comes the brim ult just there. But now this Sova in a 1v3, just take a look at this, just how to play this situation, right? As they tap the spike, just, you know, just ducking up, getting the kill, out they go, and managing to win the round just there. Really, really nice stuff from this Sova. But again, we see the ideas, right? You see kind of, there just seems to be a bit more here with the Yoru. There's more ideas, there's better executions, I think, of most Yorus that I've seen, and you start to see that, you know, with this kind of stuff, yes, you might have to play a bit of a weird comp, but there is potentially something there,